What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a great Tuesday. First and foremost, if you see any scam ads on this video, please do not participate in those. We are going to go over a couple of things today. Mainly Ethereum, again, breaking all-time high. The crypto total market cap, excluding Bitcoin, aka altcoins, right there at all-time high, basically. We're going to talk about wrapped HBAR and also USDC live on the Stellar blockchain. So I want to just move forward right into this. We can see right now, obviously, the previous all-time high for all of alts. Takes us all the way back to 2018. Was, right around $470 billion. And we are right there right now. If you are not here during that time frame, it was absolute insanity. I got into digital assets at the very beginning of 2017, and at the very end of the bull run, the last bull run was obviously January 2018. If you want to, just to see how crazy it was, I guess I could go, we're right there right now, so keep that in mind. All right, let's go to, XRP, everybody's obviously seen the XRP chart. I actually don't hold very much. I hold a tiny, tiny bit of EOS, but it's really nothing at this point. This is what these digital assets did back in 2018. We think that the highs that we've seen recently look crazy and going up by 40, 50, 60, sometimes 100% in a day. These coins were doing that on a consistent basis, essentially without retracing or correcting whatsoever, and it happened extremely fast. XRP, I think, did its move from a little over 30 cents to like $3 and some change, like $3.50 depending on what exchange you're on, in like 3 weeks. So there's not a lot of time. If you take a look at XRP right now, again, it's interesting to see where we're at on the daily, touching right off of the 50 EMA. And again, I think that XRP is going to do very well still this year. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I'm interested to see where XRP goes. And if altcoins break all-time high, like the total market cap of alts, and that gets confirmed to support, it's going to be absolute game over. Alts are going to run, in my opinion, and they're going to run really hard. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin and the correlation there. Maybe we're in something similar to back here in 2017, where we saw like two bull runs basically, and we saw a consolidation period, and then we saw the another parabolic cycle at the very end. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. We can see here Ethereum breaks through $1,500 for all-time high, new all-time high. Increased by over 14% in 24 hours. And 14% may not seem like insanity, but you have to imagine when you have something with that much market cap, being able to move 14% is obviously a pretty decent sized move here. This is Ethereum, obviously. Previous all-time high. We know we just hit it earlier in January. This is Ethereum, previous all-time high. We touched base on it like beginning of January or got close to it, right? And now we just pushed up and essentially broke it today at about $1,500. So it'll be really interesting to see how much Ethereum runs. I do not hold a lot of proof of work coins. Ethereum, and this is not financial advice, Ethereum is one of the ones that I do choose to hold. I think Ethereum, if I were to be a more conservative investor in this space, and again, just my opinion, and I were to hold 5 digital assets and only 5, Ethereum would probably be in that group of 5. XRP would be in there, certainly. I would put maybe my riskier one that has crazy potential. There'd probably be 2. I'd probably put Quant, HBAR, maybe Chainlink in there too. It's so hard though, because there's so many really, really good projects in this space. But yeah, I think things are really going to start to heat up here. I'm curious to see if we get some sort of a rejection from the altcoins attacking their all-time high, but I don't know at this point, because like I've said, I think things are going to heat up before they cool down. And I think that XRP, it's just only a matter of time. And when XRP runs, I think it's going to run. So this was really interesting to me today. I'm going to make this a quicker video. This is Jordan Freed at HBAR Labs. I'm very excited to share that we've soft launched wrapped HBAR on the Ethereum network. bridging the Hedera network to the Ethereum network is a crucial next step in bringing new adoption to the ecosystem. You can head to wallet.hbar.com to test it out. The wrapped HBAR contract address is below. You can check it out. There's on the Etherscan right there. There's a Uniswap pool, obviously. But if you're not aware what wrapped crypto tokens are, surprisingly enough, Cointelegraph actually did a somewhat okay explanation of this. And a wrapped token is an asset hosted on the Ethereum blockchain with a price that is the same as another underlying asset. Now, what's interesting to say, though, is that you're seeing assets that aren't necessarily just wrapped on the Ethereum blockchain, right? I've been reading articles about, you can look it up. I posted this to Patreon and in the Patreon Twitter chat through a company called Interlay, which essentially is trying to bring Bitcoin onto the Polkadot ecosystem. I think it's PBTC instead of like WBTC on the Ethereum network. Wrapped token is an asset hosted on the Ethereum blockchain with a price that is the same as another underlying asset, even if it's not on the same blockchain or on a blockchain at all. ERC20 token with a value identical to another asset that it represents, either through a smart contract or being backed one-to-one with the underlying asset itself. Wrapped Bitcoin, for instance, is a token worth the same as one Bitcoin at any given moment, as a smart contract algorithm reproduces its price in real time and regulates the underlying fund with supply and demand information gleaned from users' transactions. In exchange for their money, wrapped token users get an equivalent amount of value wrapped up in an asset that's more easily mobilized by decentralized applications, or dApps. DAPPS, if you ever see that phrasing. What's interesting to see is that this definitely ties more in with interoperability, making these assets seamless across different networks. It's one solution. There's obviously other solutions out there, but we're going to see more and more of this. And it's not just going to be things that are on the Ethereum network. Like I said, I've seen Interlay, and there's probably a handful, maybe 5 to 10 projects that are building out on that Interlay for different utility prospects at bringing different assets onto Polkadot, different non-native Polkadot assets to interact with the Polkadot ecosystem. So yeah, one other thing I wanted to talk about today. So I got a DM. I'm obviously not going to say who sent me it. Talking about buying Quant right now, and I hold Quant. I think Quant is a monster. However, there are certain things, and you guys know, especially recently, probably over the past 2 months, the reason that I'm showing charts on this channel at this point is because I do this occasionally when I gauge things that are interesting, when I look for potential buying or potential selling opportunities. I'm certainly not a technical analyst. I'm not nearly anywhere on the same level as even Kevin Cage. I know he does this all the time. Blockchain Backer is insanely good at what he does. I just try to personally gauge things for myself. And when I would potentially be interested in buying something, and when I'd be potentially interested in selling something. And I did a history of when we posted interesting projects to Patreon, and I always do a cost update. Obviously not financial advice. Everybody should still do their own research, but looking at the things that I've looked at was one of the metrics that I used in either presenting it to people or investing in it myself. And if you look at the ROIs on the Patreon stuff, which I'm obviously not showing you right now, they were really, really good. And I continuously update those for transparency's sake, like every couple weeks. I mean, we caught certain things. I mean, some of them are super speculative. That Alpha Finance Lab went up like 15, whatever it did. And you obviously can't chart something that's brand new either, or even try to use some of these metrics. But if you use smaller time frames with some of the newer ones, there are ways to try to look out for your best interest whenever you potentially want to get into a new asset. Anyways, I was ranting. Somebody talked to me today about buying Quant. You want to be buying, obviously it's not easy to buy down here. This January 1st, we wicked all the way down to $6, but realistically, most price action that day was probably somewhere around $8, $9, right? And we could see that over the past literally like 32 days, Quant essentially did like almost a 4x, right? In price, appreciation. I'm certainly not trying to buy at a 4x price appreciation. I'm not saying that Quant doesn't have more room to go up. I'm just saying I'm going to try to buy before that price appreciation occurs. I guess for transparency's sake, I hold Quant. I actually bought Quant back in 2019. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it had to have been 2019. I think I Am Legion on Twitter was posting about Quant. Did a little bit of research into it and certainly looked at like a good buy. It was around $2, I think, whenever I ended up getting in. So I'm not sure exactly when that was, but I wish I held more. But I'm not going to be buying into parabolic things either. I think Quant, not financial advice, is an easy 3-digit coin in the near future. But I also think that it is running out of steam, and I would look for a buying opportunity that way. That's just my opinion as well. All right, $6 billion stablecoin USDC lands on the Stellar blockchain. This is gigantic. US dollar, USDC, the $6 billion stablecoin developed by Circle, which is obviously a behemoth, Internet Financial, and backed by cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, has launched on the Stellar blockchain. If you want to do more digging into that, you certainly can. The Blockchain 50 in 2021 came out. You can look through this. I think the link, when you actually click on the main link, okay, no, this is actually it. A lot of these, what's interesting to me is if you read through all of the either people or organizations in here, almost everything's building on Ethereum that's in this entire thing. They did snub Ripple. Ripple was not in here. Actually, there's not a whole lot of digital asset companies in here except for some, actual legacy institutions that are building on blockchain. Then you have things like Coinbase, etc. But a lot of these are either building on Ethereum or Quorum. So pay attention to that. Now, last but not least, FinTech Finastera. I did not see anybody post about this yet. This came out a couple of days ago. Partners with Indian multinational firm HCL Technologies to offer treasury management services. Now, we know Finastera has deep ties with Ripple. We also know Finastera, their clients can utilize on-demand liquidity from what we've seen Ripple post. And on-demand liquidity obviously uses XRP. We know that D plus H and Missus merged to form Finastera. Finastera is a behemoth, by the way. D plus H and Missus merged to form Finastera. D plus H has patents with Ripple involved in them, but more so concerned about the ODL and the XRP potential. This is just one more integration step here. I'm not saying HCL Technologies is going to be doing this, but HCL Technologies, if you do a little bit of a background search on them, this is HCL Technologies. This is their blockchain lab, and who they're integrated with is very interesting to me. Blockchain and cloud platform coverage. They've got Hyperledger, they've got Ethereum, we talked about Accorda, multi-chain. They've got R3, SAP, IBM, Microsoft, AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, and IBM Cloud. So it just behooves you whenever you see moves like this made. In my opinion, a lot of this stuff that deals with finance and these partnerships, etc., over the past few years is very so much tied in with digitization. And in the background, you better believe it has to do with blockchain. And in the background of that, even though they want to show you the fact or sell you the fact that digital assets don't need to be attached to blockchain, that's nonsense. That's the moneymaker, and that is the end game for all of this. Everything goes digital, and digital assets are obviously going to be mass adopted and be a global revolution, which they already are. We've passed $1 trillion market cap for crypto. I think the tipping point has already occurred. Okay, it's just now whatever rhetoric they use to roll it out to the masses here, and I bet you they try to get through one more cycle before they make it seem like it's actually happening, where most people actually realize what's going on. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there is news tomorrow, I will certainly present it. And again, still very much so, XRP is, it's always late to the party, as we know. Also, and alt season, in my opinion, is coming very, very fast. And I mean like an actual alt season, I think. And it's not just going to be what we've seen for the past couple of months. It will be absolute insanity if a real alt season occurs. And XRP is generally late to the party, so make no mistake about it. It's still coming to the party, in my opinion. It's just a little bit running behind. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Later.